for people living with diabetes is to examine the feet every day.
If you break any of the other rules I'm about to say, and you examine your feet every day, at least you are 100% a step ahead now, because you will identify something is wrong and you will seek help. The key things for diabetics are, along with maintaining their diabetes and managing their glycemic control, looking at their feet every day, washing and drying their feet, especially between their toes, and using a bit of a moisturizer. I usually recommend a cream as opposed to a lotion. The lotion should be applied to the foot and not between the toes. Making sure that their toenails are always well trimmed. Toenails in diabetics don't only have to be trimmed by a podiatrist. Toenails in diabetics who have what we call involuted nails, which are curvy nails, or very thick nails, or hard to manage nails, those are the nails that the podiatrists see. Other than that, there's absolutely no reason why diabetics should not be looking at their feet and trimming their toenails, because we as podiatrists see this as another way of patients being involved in their own care and involved in their feet and being able to see their feet. And then exercise, which is a good form of helping to maintain good blood flow to the feet and also to manage your diabetes. Some of the things that they should never be doing is, along with smoking and drinking heavily, because that affects their control of diabetes, is walking barefooted, wearing very thin-soled shoes or shoes with a thong between the toe, using extreme temperatures to their feet, extreme heat, extreme cold, testing water before they put in their feet, because we like the Epsom salts, and soaking, and a lot of people get scalded because if they have a numb foot and they put their foot in a hot water, they don't recognize the damage that they can do to themselves. And making sure that they look inside their shoes and that the shoes that they're wearing are fitting well, as in they're not too narrow or they're not too in depth, it's not too shallow, and that the length of the shoe is appropriate for their foot size. A lot of people here like to suggest that diabetics should wear enclosed shoes only. I think that's unfair. I think once a shoe is fitting appropriately and their toes are not hanging over the front of the shoe, and they are not extremely high-risk diabetics, then there's no reason why they can't wear a regular sandal. And just don't use any of the wife tails, aloes, and all of those mixes that we can think of on your feet to cure a cut or cure something. I've had patients who have lost their foot from using aloes. Problem with aloes is there's no well documentation to say this is how you should use it. Everybody has a different way of using it. So until we get that documentation, my recommendation is let's just stick to what we know. Making sure that you check your socks are clean and your hosiery are changed every day. And I would say going in the sea, making sure that you wear something protective on your feet when you go in the sea. The sea does have a lot of glass these days, and it has very sharp coral stone. And some people, I have had a diabetic who had developed a foot problem as a result of stepping on something in the sea. So, as a basis, those would be the main things I would say, although they don't seem a significant more to the do's. If you're doing all these things, you can see how if you're doing these things and you're doing just the one thing, examine your feet every day. Even if you broke one of those rules, you can still be healed very quickly.
Following these easy foot care guidelines will help diabetic patients to avoid serious problems and maintain healthy feet for an active life.